Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Holy cow, I have no idea if this is working or not, but my little recording device, my recording app that I use, apparently switched things up and got a little fancy. They got bougie. They got all bougie on me, and now I have no idea what I'm doing because bougie is something I'm not. That is for sure. I don't like gadgets and whistles. Just give me the basics. Give me the old school, and I'm just fine. I don't need fancy and bright, shiny, sidetracked by glitter and crap. Plain Jane. Anyway, so I have no idea if this is actually recording. We'll see. We shall find out. But hello. Welcome to the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. How is everybody? It's a pretty stinking nice day out. It's supposed to be 68. Tomorrow's supposed to be 70, which is funny because the last couple of days there was a few days where it was torrential downpour. And I swear the raindrops were gigantic and it was freezing. And then now this. So you just don't know. Oregon has always been that way. You could quite literally I lived on the coast, and in one day we had fog, we had rain, we had sun, and then we had this major wind, and then it went back to rain and then snow. So, you just don't know what you're going to get. You can get all weather patterns in one day when you live in Oregon. Do people actually, I swear that's not a thing. I don't think people mispronounce Oregon that much. I've never heard it. So far, I've not met a single person. They do pronounce the city where I'm from, well, not from, but live. They mispronounce that all the time. I'm being all weird about saying it, even though everybody can look it up. Sorry, my nose is all, excuse me, one moment. Sorry. I have no idea now if this is going to work because I had to pause it and then record again. And I have no idea, again, because this is a new app, if I just stopped it completely and now I think that I've paused it. Therefore, I'm just sitting here talking and I haven't introduced myself and I haven't done the beginning of it or anything, or it actually worked. So again, this is all the more reason why I need to be more professional and not worry about this kind of stuff. Holy cow, airplane. Geez, that sounds like it's going to land on my frickin' house. Holy forkin' shirt balls. Where is that bad boy? Damn. Are they dying? Holy hell. Man. Okay, sorry. We're having technical difficulties. Pause for technical difficulties, please. Okay, sorry. Oh my God. Had to blow my nose. Had to get something to drink. It was a whole thing. It's turned into an issue. Anyway, I love it. It's a beautiful day. Spring has sprung. All of us spring babies when our parents were doing it for America. America, let's have babies, because they had to have been humping around July, right? And then for us to be April babies. So they were like, for America, let's have babies. America. And then here I am. But spring is actually not one of my favorite. Winter's my least favorite, followed by spring, because spring around here is usually pretty shitty, April showers and all that. But this entire winter and spring so far, the 1-2 days of it we've had, are shaping up to be not too shabby. Anyway, I have no agenda again. again, I've been kind of steering clear of the politics because everybody's just ticking me off, and I don't want to be ticked off. I want to be finding my zen and all of that. So I want to stay informed. Like I was saying before, there's that balance of like burying your head in the sand, having your head up your butt, and staying informed. So I kind of check in every now and then to see what everybody's yammering on about, but it's the same thing, different day. We got it. Everybody hates Trump. It's Trump's fault for every damn thing in the world. Um, everybody wants to apparently assault and bully and kill Republicans, apparently, and we want to burn down Tesla companies, which by the way, what kind of logic is that? I guess when you're dealing again with crazy lefties, logic is not part of the equation. So obviously, I shouldn't even mention logic and left in the same sentence. But why? First of all, how does burning down a company, what does that solve? What did you just accomplish? What was your point in that? You bunch of environmentalists that are very much for the environment, and you're going to set a bunch of cars with like lithium batteries and stuff on fire. You're going to set cars on fire that is now going to pollute the earth. You're going to take away jobs. You're sitting here bitching about jobs, and now you're taking away jobs from people. And I'm quite certain he's got insurance and stuff to cover a new building, and someone has to pay for that. Do you think that like the fact that he has cameras and stuff, I thought that there were a couple of people that already got charged in that. So you're not going to get away with it. You're going to have to help contribute it. I would find it funny if he was like, hey, in lieu of giving me money to help with the damages, because she's going to have to go to court and they're going to hold her liable in some way, I hope. I mean, lefties seem to get out of fucking every damn thing, but it'd be hilarious if they made her, your time is instead of prison, you're going to go work for Elon Musk. God, that'd be amazing. That is the kind of like, if I were in charge of the world, that's the kind of shit I would do. Because why? Because that's how you learn. Actually, you get to see a different point of view. You're sitting there bitching and whining about someone. Hey, you guys do this all the time. That's enough. Quiet. Ah, yes, thank you. Good. Nah, quiet. She always has to have the last word. She's an old lady. Stop. But it's how you learn. You've got to see the other side of the coin. You can't be bitching and moaning about something that I'm guarantee, especially with the lefty, they have no damn idea what the other side, what the other point of view is. They've never even done their research. They don't even know what they're fighting against. They're just blindly, again, it's like that kid with the bucket on their head, just ramming into walls, nowhere to go. Just take the bucket off your head, dude. Liberals, or Democrats, just take the bucket off your damn head or take it out of the sand. So if I were in charge, it'd be hilarious because I would absolutely make those people work for Elon now and learn that as much as I like Elon, I'm not for those cars because lithium batteries, you have to change every 10, 15 years, and then they go into the ground. Now you've got lithium in the ground. Now you've got something in the ground. And you have little kids making it. But again, lefties hate children because they're always trying to abort them. And they don't care if they get sex trafficked. They don't fight against that. And they don't care about the girl that got pummeled in the face by a man with a volleyball. So, of course they're not going to care that there are kids in freaking the Philippines making this shit. Like, why on earth? Don't quote me on the Philippines, but there are kids making these things, and there are countries that don't care about the quality of air and don't care about following rules because they don't have any for like what's good for the environment or good for the people that work for them. So as much as I like Elon, I'm not for, electric vehicles. But anyway, diesel is actually the way to go, or if we could run on like water, that'd be fantastic. But anywho, I digress, as I always do. Again, if you're a first time listener, I digress. This should be my catchphrase. I digress. Um, so what did you accomplish and how did you save the world and how did you prove your point by going around burning down things? Like, what does that do? When you go around and you block people from going to work and you get in a line and you prevent people from going to work, making money, which you're supposed to be for America and being able to pay bills. But when you block people from getting to their job to, make money to pay bills, what did you just do? Especially, again, these people that are protesting um, illegal immigrants being deported, illegal aliens being deported, and you're holding up signs, flags from Mexico, signs from Palestine, signs from every place but America. How does that make sense? Again, I've gone on about this before, but I'm not quite sure how you sitting here saying that you don't want to be deported and you're against being deported, and then you hold up signs from every country but America, and you're also destroying property and you are burning things down and you are bullying people and you are murdering people and you are raping people and you are sex trafficking and you are um, saying how much you hate America, but then also saying you don't want to be deported from it. I don't know. And this whole thing about, oh my God, don't rip them away from their children. Don't rip them away from their children. Fuck you, honest to God. Don't be a horrible parent and knowingly bring your child to the border, knowing that you're going to be ripped away from them. That's on you. That's called dumb parenting. I know because I've done it before. I've been a dumb parent before. I've done stupid shit. I'm not claiming to be parent of the year, but I'm not going to bring my children to any border knowing what the consequences are. I'm not going to put my children or myself in that position and then go, oh my God, you ripped me away from my child. Well, don't fucking bring your child there. Just like, again, forgive me, I have not been watching the news, just a little glimpses. And I know that there's that dude that I should know the name of, but again, not watching, that got deported, who's like pregnant wife or wife just had a baby. I don't care. I'm sorry. Also, same thing goes to you. Don't come to this country illegally. Don't come to the country illegally. Period. I shouldn't even have to say anything after that. Do I have to go if someone goes, if you don't rob a bank? And I'll be like, why? No, because I know that if I rob a bank, I'm going to get killed or put in prison, therefore taken away from my family. If I kill somebody, I know that I'm going to be killed or put in prison and taken away from my family. So I'm not going to do those things. It doesn't matter if the dude was here for 10 years. I'm sorry. It sucks at the timing. The timing sucks. I feel for him. I have empathy for that. I do. The timing sucks. That's awful. So maybe the kid and the mom should go to Mexico then. That's an option, right? Or wherever the damn place they're from. Again, not paying attention. So I'm not trying to give an educational podcast right now. I'm not trying to give you facts. I just know that everybody's in an uproar and I should know. But again, not trying to pay attention. But it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter the logistics of the story. Because if you are an illegal alien and you come to this country knowing full well the consequences, again, if you come here during the Biden administration, well, You had to have known in the back of your brain that Trump was coming along and was going to nip that in the butt real quick. So you should have kind of hightailed it out the minute that you saw. No one should have even been trying to come in the minute that they saw Trump was running, pretty much. Y'all shouldn't have been trying. I mean, A for effort, though. Good for you. And listen, again, I have absolute empathy for people that are coming from countries in which, if you're seeking actual sanctuary, like true sanctuary, because you will quite literally be killed if you stay in your own country. And I don't mean killed because, you're part of the cartel or because you did bad things, because you're a douche lord or you did something illegal, therefore, they have it out for you. I mean, if you're from a war-torn country or they come at you, with machetes at night and try to take your children to make them part of the militia, then okay, I absolutely say come in and we'll figure it out because you literally are running for your lives. Like, I'm not a heartless bitch. And I feel bad for the fact that this chick had a baby, but go back to the take your baby and you and go back to your country. I mean, more often than not, people come to this country and then talk about how much they love their other country and how this country needs to be more like their country. And I'm like, really? Well, then why the fuck are you here? Why are you in our country? No one asked you. No one begged you. Ugh, super frustrating. I watched a really awesome documentary on a show called Unearthed, which I love. Love it, love it. It's called Unearthed, and it had an episode on the Statue of Liberty and like what it's made of and who they think um, it was, who the Statue of Liberty is and who she was patterned after, who she was, you know, um, who they think created her and all this stuff. And it was just crazy fascinating. But while watching it, it just made you feel so prideful. And we were thinking, God, that would be the worst thing a terrorist could do, would be to knock Lady Liberty down. I think all of America our hearts would stop. At least I hope. I hope that all of America would feel something about that. That would pain me to see anybody tear down the Statue of Liberty. If any country launched a missile at it, I would be heartbroken, absolutely devastated. It'd be like if I had balls, I feel like it'd be kicked in the balls. I have no idea what that feels like, but I do know that men seem to care a lot if you kick them in the balls. So I'm assuming it hurts pretty bad. But then again, men sometimes can't handle their shit. So I love men. I have nothing against men. I'm not a man hater. But you guys are big fat babies in a lot of way. You can handle a punch though. So anyway, I know it hurts. So it would feel like that tenfold. Like, and if you don't feel that way, then, well, God, you're the Nazi that you claim Trump is. Then you shouldn't live here because that would kill. But it just made you feel proud. You were like, America, fuck yeah. Anyway, I don't know. So I'm not paying attention. I'm just glimpsing at the news. I'm trying to pay attention to nature. In fact, you want to hear some of it? Yeah, the birds are in full force. I love it. I got to fill my hummingbird feeders. Oh no, I have hummingbirds that come up and it's so cool. I swear they would land on me. I need to get those little handheld hummingbird feeders because I've got a couple of hummingbirds that come out and say hey, and we have a little chit chat, and freaking love watching birds. They're just amazing. It's nostalgia. Reminds me of my grandma. Do you guys have that? Where there's a certain thing that just sets you off and that just immediately makes you just go, ah, and think about that time in your life when either that moment or that year or that part of your life was just so good and you just didn't have a freaking care in the world. It's pretty nice. I love that. I love it when you see one thing, like I said, for some reason, clotheslines, anytime if I've gone to a different country, I try to find a clothesline and take a picture of it. And I also try to grab a newspaper Because if you grab a newspaper, it's kind of cool to see it in a different language and know what's going on in their country at that time. And you can always look back and go, man, at this time in that country, this is what was going on. But I love clotheslines because it makes me do that. It reminds me of my grandparents, and they were my safe place. Liberals will like that use of words, my safe space. Um, and so I just love, and plus, just something about a clothesline just seems so innocent and good, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. And there's people like in Europe that have their clotheslines out on their balconies and they're strung across the other side, and it's just cool. Like I love how different people, there's different clotheslines. It sounds weird. I know it sounds weird, but in different countries, how they have their clotheslines, it's just something cool. And I just love them. And they remind me of my grandma because she insisted on line drying everything, even her sheets, which I don't like because they get crunchy. I don't like a crunchy sheet. She's like, but they're so fresh and clean smelling. But I don't know. Then your clothes get crunchy. And I line dry a lot because I don't want them to shrink, but not necessarily because I like the feel of it. That's too itchy, but I like the look of it. I love it. I have a picture hanging on my wall of a freaking clothesline because it's just peaceful, you know? So I've been working on my peace, been working on that inner peace. And, you know, some days are better than others, but I feel like I've been doing well. Not that I'm some raging monster or something. I don't want to get sucked into the drama, you know? I'm not about the drama right now. I kind of started a new chapter in my life, and um, I'm getting to that age. I just have better things to do, you know, like living. I just want to live. And I've missed out on a lot of stuff because I've taken care of a lot of people but myself. And I don't mind taking care of other people. No one asked me to do it. I did it because I wanted to. And I don't have, um, I'm not taking it back. I just wish I would have also focused on myself. It's good to be a little self absorbed. You have to be. If you live your life for everybody else but yourself, that's just not living, right? So I am working on that. Again, getting back to my photography and going out to the barn, two things I worship. I'm going to see my grandkids today, also things I worship, and my son. And I'm going to take my dogs on a walk, get my nature on. Get your nature on. Get your nature on. Ooh, ooh. Anyway, it's supposed to be like get your freak on in case you didn't catch it because I'm so wonderful with my singing. I have to throw in a little bit of singing. I went to Vegas and my friend and I love her for this. God, I love her for this. We went on Fremont Street. I think I had posted a video of it and I'm drinking water. I am not drunk. I think I had maybe 3 drinks while I was in Vegas because I'm just not really a drinker. I can not have a drink for the rest of my life and be fine. But anyway, I was not drunk. I was just high on fun, high on being me. And we were dancing and we were purposely dancing just fun. Like we were purposely doing the sprinkler and the robot and just being dorky. And I do know how to dance, by the way. Did the whole cheerleading crap in high school and all of that. I don't say cheerleading crap because I'm not digging on cheerleaders, by the way, actual real cheerleaders, not like my friends, um, I love you, but we were not like real cheerleaders. Real cheerleaders, the ones that are on like ESPN and shit, they're freaking gymnasts. They literally are gymnasts. They're acrobats. They're fucking stud muffins. They're athletes. Kind of cheerleading I did, not so much. We did a more dancing than cheerleading. We were basically being little huss buckets out there trying to look all cute. And we didn't really give a shit about watching the game. We were just like, I wasn't a dumb blonde. I liked school. I love science. I love, all of that. I just, well, I didn't love school. I liked learning. But anyway, point being, cheerleaders were not a big deal. back then, and we were dancing. I know how to dance. That's where I was going. I do know how to dance, but we were just having a good time, and we were just being silly. And we had people coming up to us being like, "Oh my God, you guys are so fun. Can I dance with you?" And we were like, "Fuck yeah, bring it on in. Bring it over here and dance with us." We were like just having a freaking good time. We did not give a rat's ass who was watching. And we had people videotaping us. By the way, somewhere we might be on the internet. Who knows? And they were like, "You guys are hilarious. Can we videotape you?" And we were like, "Yeah, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Yeah. What? But I love her because she was like having fun with me. And we were just being dorks and having a good time. And the band was fucking amazing. They were doing 80s. And then the band that came on after that did 90s. And I was like, oh my God, glory days. Yeah. Because 80s, I'm a Gen X. So 80s and 90s are great. And they did a good job. So I hate bands. Normally, I'm not a fan of bands at all or dancing to a band. But these guys were phenomenalous. That's like phenomenal and fantastic, phenomenalous. They were good stuff. So we all just need to get our freak on, And I don't mean get our freak on as in act like a crazy lefty and dye your hair 20 trillion colors and dress up like a girl and call yourself a girl when you're a dude. I don't mean that kind of freak because, you do you again. I don't give a shit if you do that. I don't care. I genuinely do not care. I want to dye my hair colors. I have tons of tattoos. I want more. I have piercings. Well, I did. Anyways, not against any of it. I don't care. Again, you do you. Identify with whatever the fuck you want. If you're not a crazy batshit person, then you're my friend. I like everybody. I really do. I try to find things. That's why people fascinate. That's why I'm a peeping Tom. I'm a peeping Tom because people are fucking just fascinating to watch. And I always try to figure them out and what makes a person tick. So I don't care if you do that. Just don't go around forcing the rest of the world by bullying them and setting things on fire to get them to, they already see you because you already look different. You look like a freak, which is great. I like freaks. So I'm not saying freak in a bad way. It's not a bad thing. But if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, let's face it, it's a duck. But if you walk like a dude and you talk like a dude and you look like a dude, but you put on a dress, you're still a dude, right? But anyway, just like get your freak on, go outside and dance and just be you, live life. Just don't ruin other people's because they don't believe in the same thing you do. Look at it like, wow, someone different. Maybe I can learn from them. Maybe I can find something that we have in common. And if not, you know what you can do? Here's a super cool concept. You can just continue walking. You can walk the other way. You can turn off the TV if you don't like what someone's saying on TV. You can turn off the radio. You can turn off the podcast. You can listen to a different news station or a different podcast. You can walk away. You don't have to go burn things down. Like, why does it have to go from I don't like it to kill you, assassinate you, burn things down? Oh, accepting, loving, peaceful, non-judgmental one. I don't get it, man. My mind is boggled. So I took a break. Maybe you're taking a break and listen to my podcast because maybe you also want something a little more positive. I don't know if I'm considered positive or not, but I'm trying to be, I am. I am in general as a person. That's why I didn't want to watch the news anymore. It was just getting too negative. So I'm centering my chi. I'm tapping my third eye, getting my nature on, getting my freak on, dancing life away, but still being responsible. That doesn't mean be irresponsible, right? Doesn't mean, we're just going to be professional. Well, not professional. We're going to still do our job and handle our shit. Right? Balance. All about that balance. Said all about that bass because I'm all about that balance. That balance. Okay. Anyway, on that note, thank you for listening. If this is your first time, your 50th time, I so appreciate you. I am absolutely grateful to everybody that decides to make the conscious effort to listen to me. I mean, you can't really make the unconscious effort, right? Hard to do things when you're unconscious. So, um, thanks. You rock my socks, and I appreciate you greatly. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell everyone, tell the world. Until next time, guys, have a good one.